Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new, much appreciate you stopping by and checking out some of my content. Hopefully you enjoy it and stick around. For all of you who are returning, you know me. Thanks for doing so. Your support is much appreciated. So back for a quick one today. As I alluded to in my last video, working on the alphabet for the thread that our buddy over in Denmark started, Jacob. And I realized after previewing my last video, although I didn't have a chance to really do much about it, I was trying to display Jacob's YouTube channel, which I did do, but it may have been a little bit misleading because I've been subscribed to Jacob's channel for, gosh, it's got to be well over a year. And he went through a couple of different name changes with his channel, but I've been right there supporting him. And he's always quite supportive of everybody in the BC. So if you don't know of Jacob's channel, Jacob's music channel, KRI, go check him out, subscribe. He's always got some different videos happening over there on his channel. And as I mentioned, just a great supporter of others in the vinyl community, including myself. He's always quite supportive and active on my videos, commenting and whatnot. So let's support each other. It's a great thing. It's a great hobby. And so let's get to it. Last one I did IJK. I'm going to kick off with or resume with the letter L. I hope to get in the letter M as well, and maybe even N. I might actually catch up on this whole thing. So just trying to catch up on some of these videos. Easier said than done. Not a lot of time. I won't bore you with all those details. Just got off work. Want to get a quick video done. So cheers, everybody. And I'm going to kick it off up here in Canada, maybe a band that's not so well known, but they had a couple of, well, they were played a lot here in Canada, and a lot, maybe even a little bit generous. I don't know how much they were played in some. They may even have been more regional than they were national, but they were referred to as kind of the Kiss of Canada. Now, I've showed these guys before on one of my videos quite a while ago, so I figured I want to steer away from most of the acts that maybe seem obvious. I could have done Led Zeppelin and all that. I'm not doing that. So these guys are called Lynx, and this is their debut album, Missing Lynx. This one came out in '75, I believe it was. Put my cheaters on here. 76, beg your pardon. So Mike Swartz and Rob Swartz, brothers, prominent members of the band. Mike Swartz was lead guitar, or rhythm guitar, lead vocals. Rob was lead guitar. And then they were accompanied by Rob Walker on bass, Tony Caputo on keyboards, and Rick Haberman on drums. They did 3 or 4 albums, to my knowledge, maybe more, but this is a good, kind of your classic rock AOR type sound, but a good rockin' album nonetheless. If you've not heard of them, I would recommend checking them out. That's typically the case with anything I show here. If you've not heard them, I'm going to recommend you check them out at the very least. Got the cat eyes there, you know. The artwork is really cool. That's what grabbed me. But I like it. You know, it's decent classic rock, and right out of, I believe they were out of Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. So good Canadian act. Next up, one that I'm sure is very well known to most, and it's more of an EP, although it's their debut. And this is by Lips Inc., Mouth to Mouth. And I would suggest a lot of people are familiar with Funky Town, but they did some cover tune on here as well. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it's Funky Town on side 1, All Night Dancing, and then side 2 is Rocket, and then Power. So it's that right in that era of disco pop. When was this? Just at the tail end of it, actually, 1980. But I remember this. I'm old enough where I remember this being played a lot on a local radio station's top 40. I think it was a massive hit. I didn't do any research here as far as chart positions or whatnot. But yeah, decent. I like it. It's a groovy album. Put that on, kick back, and well, like I say, it's not very long. It goes by pretty quick. So another one here. I don't know much about this artist. And from what I gather, they're actually a band that's made up of past members of other bands, Barracuda, The Damned, to name just a couple. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'm not going to pretend to know. And this one, I looked on Discogs, and it has a title of that's not listed on the record anyway. Either on the wax, the label, the outer sleeve, nothing. I don't see it anywhere. But the name of the band of the Lords of the New Church, and this one is in really good condition. Really, and as that, I think this one is kind of more. Oh, I hate that term, post-punk, but it's more of the new wave punk sound. See if I can find you some info on here. Okay, well, just Bader is listed as vocals, James on guitar, backing vocals, Draguna on bass and backing vocals, Turner on drums and backing vocals. 1982, and there is no other info on here. Like I say, it's the title is not actually listed on either the spine here. It just says The Lords of the New Church, 1982, printed in Canada. So this is a Canadian release. But yeah, there's nothing on here to speak of. And let me grab the vinyl here as well, because there's nothing on the actual wax. I took them out of their sleeves here, so there wouldn't be so much glare. But yeah, nothing on there. Just the title of the artist. But it's a really good album. I mean, you know, that's of course subjective. I just like that, and I've grown to appreciate this music much more in the last few years. I mean, one of my older brothers was always into that type of music. He was much more, I have to admit, much more diverse than I was in the day. I was just hard rock, metal, and I was exposed to a lot of the top 40 and pop just due to, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, doing some DJ work and stuff like that. But really like it. Yeah, so that's I'm only going to show 4 here today for the letter L. Just, I want to try to make these videos a little shorter. My last one, I think, clocked in at over 15 minutes, maybe close to 20. So let's not do that. I'm going to try. Mind you, there was 3 letters. So if you break it down, it was really only about 6 minutes for each letter, but still. Last up, Cyndi Lauper. Around that same era, I think this was 82 when this came out, wasn't it? I might as well just keep these bloody things on. 83. Okay, so yeah, but this would be the one with all the best known tunes on here. Of course, the title track, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh, that's not the title track, is it? No, She's So Unusual. Jesus, Murphy. Yeah, so that's on here. She's So Unusual. No, it's actually He's So Unusual. At least that's the way it's printed on here. He's So Unusual. I never noticed that. But mind you, this is not something that would have been in my wheelhouse back then. It's just something I appreciate now. So yeah, the popular tunes, Time After Time, popular tunes, She Bop, All Through the Night. Yeah, it's a good. I really appreciate it much more than I ever could possibly admit to back in the day. But it's a good. Cyndi Lauper's cool. I mean, who doesn't like Cyndi Lauper? Come on, man. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. See, coming in here under 10 minutes. So that's my L's for today. In the alphabet, I'll try and get the M's done here. I might even just do the video right now. I won't post it today, but soon. And maybe I'll catch up on this alphabet and get on a roll. Who knows? Appreciate you stopping by and taking the time. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. And I'll see you again soon here at Twanger's Turntable. Take care, everybody. Cheers.